Welcome to my channel, and now here you can just see the second part of Adobe Illustrator in detail. Now here you can just see the selection tool. The last class we saw about the selection tool. It's nothing but, again, I'll just tell you for your clearance. Here you have a selection tool. You just create. I'm going to create a couple of circle, different shapes I'm going to create, and I can go like this. So now have different colors. Here you select this. So this particular tool is used to select any object. Here click on the object like this, or select it like this. If you select it fully, you can just see that all the objects are selected. And if you just go over here and you want to shift this, you can just see the cursor changes, and you can just move it and place it anywhere you want, and you can rotate it at any direction at a given axis. Now you want to select only this and go over here, and here you have two things which I told you in the last class, part 1. Here you can just see fill color. You select any color you want, and this one I'll give blue color, some other color, there's some different color. And next you can just select this. I'll give, say, I'm going to select this color. So this is eyedropper tool, which is used to just sample the colors here. So that is the use of this selection tool to select one object. See, when I just cross it like this, you can either cross it like this or you can click it like this. If you cross it like this, both of these, only these two are selected. Can you see? And when you press shift and you select this, so you'll be able to select both. So these are the keyboard shortcuts, like select this and this. Okay, and you can select this and this, and you can just move it. And you can also use Alt to make a copy of it. Make a copy of it. So I've just made a copy like this. Okay, and you want to group it, or you want to give a different color. So here you can just see the color palette, which is quite commonly used. Yeah, these things. Okay, so here you can just see draw behind and draw inside. Okay, so click on this. You'll be able to draw only inside. So which I'll be explaining to you in detail. So you want to draw inside, so you can use the pen tool and you can just draw inside. So delete it. Let us see. Let us not focus on this. So select this, and now I'm going to select these two put together and go to object and group it. So I've grouped this, so I can just move this. So this is a separate one, this is a separate one, and these two are grouped. If you want to ungroup it, you can just go and click on ungroup. So you can ungroup this object, you can ungroup it. Okay, here also it is the same thing. So keep it again like this. So that is a basic function of this selection tool. And here you have something called the direct selection. Direction selection tool is used to click on an object. Here, select this. Now this is selected. Now click on this object. You have a handle here. You can adjust the handle. You can push it up. And here you have the handle here like this. Here, then to smooth, you can just select that and you can smooth it. See, you can adjust. You can make it sharp by clicking on this. Okay, so we can smooth it, and here we can show the handle for multiple selected anchor points. So here we have multiple selected anchor points. You can just click on these handles and it will show you multiple selection angle points. Okay, which so everywhere you will be able to see the angle points. Okay, if you just click on this. Now next is you can just see here group selection. So I can just select this. I can select thing in group. See, I'll keep it over here. I'll click on this group. So I'm selecting this because this is dotted line is touching here. So these three are selected. Then after that, you can just select this. See, now this also got selected. I can adjust it. Okay. So whichever thing you want, you can use. You can just group selection tool. And next is you can just use a group selection tool to select or move it. Now let us see. I'm going to group this. Group this, and let us see what is happening. So I have grouped this. Now group selection tool, I'm going to select this. Since it is a group, the entire thing is a group. So you can just see here, this is a full group. Okay, it's a full group. But in this group, I want to select only these two. Then you have to use the group selection tool to select only these two. And you can move it. You have the privilege of moving it anywhere. But as a whole, this is a group. This is a group. Okay, so that is the difference between this direct selection tool and a group selection tool. And this magic wand tool, double click on it. You can just see the parameters of the magic wand. The tolerance is like, you have a big artwork and you want to select similar items, you can just use this tool. Which all things you want to select is like, stroke color, stroke weight, opacity, and blend mode. Okay. Now we are going to see one by one. Fill color. Now this is a fill color. I'm going to click on only this. Okay. You can just see the fill color. The similar fill colors are selected. Okay. Now let us see. I have just created multiple shapes here of different properties. Certain objects, like this object is having a stroke value of 4 mm, and here it is very less, and different colors I have given, and also different opacity level here. Okay, I have given 44 like this. So this is opacity. Now the first thing what I am going to do is the fill color. As I told you, fill color. I am going to click on this. I am going to click on only the fill color. Okay, magic wand. I am going to click on this. See, you can just see all the object with the same color has been selected. Okay. Now next, let us leave this. Give on stroke color. This is a black color, right? So when it's black color, I am going to click on this and click here. All the strokes are having black color. Now let us change the color of this. This one, I am going to change the color of this to green. Okay. To not green. Okay, let me give some other color. Red or orange I'll give. Orange, and only to this object I am going to give orange. Now I am just using only the stroke color. I am going to use a magic wand and I am going to click on this. Okay, but this is not a similar color, right? This one is different color and this one is different color, so this will not work. So what you do is, I am going to click on this. I am going to use the eyedropper tool. Okay, I am going to use eyedropper tool. I will select this. I select this object, use the eyedropper tool and click on this. So I'll get the same width what I have, what I've given here, 4 mm, the same width is over here. Now let us see this. So now there are so many objects. I'm going to use the magic wand. I'm going to click on this. Only the stroke color and stroke weight. Stroke weight is what? The thickness of it. I'm not going to give the stroke weight. Okay, so here I have two things with a similar weight. So what I'll do is I'll make a copy of this. I'll keep it here. Change the weight to 1 mm or 2 mm I'll keep. So here these objects have different stroke level, different colors, okay, opacity. So these are the three important things: opacity, and we can just see all different properties for an object. So we are going to see the function of all this: opacity, by opacity, and by stroke. Okay, so by stroke color I'm going to click and click here. So what's happening? Two objects with a similar stroke got selected. Okay. Now I don't want this. I'll just click on by stroke weight. Okay. So stroke weight I'm going to click here. Which all objects with a similar stroke thickness will get selected. Understood? So now the tolerance for the stroke weight also is given here. You can just select. As we go further with the complicated artwork, we'll be able to see this. And here the same thing with the blend mode. Suppose you have three objects with the same blend mode, then you can make this available. When same opacity tolerance 5%. I'm going to click on this. So these two are having the same opacity level. This is having a different opacity level. You can just find out by clicking on this. See the opacity level 41. This is 36. But both are having the opacity. But why this is not getting selected? You should know that. So I'm going to click on, I'll deselect it. This is having a, can you see here? I'll just select this. Opacity is only 5%. I'll increase it, say to around 60%. Okay, now let me click on this and click here. With around 60%, everything is getting selected. Opacity. Okay, but when I keep on, say around 17%, I'm going to click, and I'll click here. You can just see these two objects are selected. Now I'll keep on 30. I'll click on this magic wand, click here. Again, these two are selected. And again, I'll go click here. See, once I cross 50, almost all these things are getting selected. Let us try with a different value, 30. Okay, now what I'll do is, so these two I have selected same value. Let us change the value of this. 41, I'll keep it as 50. We are going to experiment with this. 50. This 36, I'll keep it to 50. 50. Okay, and now this also 50. So all these objects are having the same value. Okay, now deselect it. Now I'm going to use the magic wand. Click over here. Can you see all the objects with the same value of opacity is getting selected. Now next what I'll do is, I don't want opacity, I'll just click on fill color, stroke color. Okay, now again I will use a magic wand, click on this. Only this with the stroke color black is getting selected, and only with the fill color I want. Click on this. Can you see? Only with the fill color getting selected. And now with the stroke color, I'm going to click on this. Can you see here? All this with the stroke color and the fill color got selected. This one is the red color, I believe. This star, which is in the bottom. See, can you see? It got all three selected. So that is the function of this Magic Wand tool. And next is you can just see the lasso tool. Lasso tool, suppose you want to select only this part, but without getting affected, I'll just select this. You can just select only this part. I want to select only this part, but you should not touch the other object. You'll be able to select this part, and you can use this selection tool to move it anywhere, or you can use this and you can adjust the points with your direct selection tool. You can adjust the points wherever you want. Okay, so these are the functions of this lasso tool and Magic Wand tool and the direct selection tool. Now let us see the pen tool. Pen tool, as usual, you know, create like this, and in Illustrator you can just see when you create a stroke like this, automatically get filled. When you just look at over here, there's a fill color. Here in the bottom, fill color, gradient, and no fill color. Wherever you see this, it is none. Here the fill color is red. I don't want that. If I want a gradient, I can click on gradient, which we saw in the last part 1 about the gradient, and this one is none. So here what happens is it will not fill anything. Okay. Now the stroke color, you click on this, double click on the stroke color if you want, and you want to change it to any other color, you can just change it. Okay. So that is the use of this pen tool, and here you have add anchor point. So these are the anchor points. You can just see the anchor points here, and you can just add a point here, wherever you want. See, suppose you click outside somewhere, it's not, so it will give you a warning. You can add an anchor point. Why this adding an anchor point is, you can just use a direct selection tool here. You can just move it, and you can just use this to smooth it here, to smooth it. Click here. Can you see, this is an option what you have in the latest version, and you can just move it like this, and you have the handle. You can push it over here like this. Okay, now you do not want the anchor point, you can click on it and you can just delete it. See, you can just delete this point. Okay, now you just want to make it sharp, you can click over here, make it sharp here, you can make it straight. Again, you can solve. These are the tools basically used for you to create any shapes. Apart from this, you have here in Illustrator, there are some tools where you can just go and click over here on the board, you get the length. Okay, now here when you see on this, when you double click on it, nothing is happening. When you click on this, nothing is happening. There are certain tools where you have, when you double click on it, you will get an extended parameters. But here in this plus anchor point tool, when you click on this, wherever this dot is, a small dot, can you see here? A small dot. When you click on this, you will get this, and here there is a tear off. You click on this, automatically you will get this tear off. If you do not want, you can just click over here, it will come vertically. If you do not want, you can close it. So that is the character of the property of all these panels. You can move the panel. All the panels are having same effect. Like, you know, here there is a lines are there. When you click on this, you can reset it. You can reset everything together. Okay, you can hide the stroke options or whatever, depending on what panel you are using. There are different panels here. See, for the property here you have, in the property you don't have these lines, because there is the option, all the options are over here. Under the property you have alignment, anchor point, convert point and all these stuffs, and you have the transform x and y. Okay, so x and y determines the position of the object, the position of an object where it is in the canvas, A4 size. So here if I keep this x and y to 0 and to 0 and press enter, you can just see where it goes. It is this in this point. So here you can just see here on the view, when click on the ruler, show ruler. So in the ruler, what I do is I will just keep ruler. You have the 0 coordinate is here and 0 coordinate. So I will just select this, and this is 109 and 338. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just change this to 0 and 0. Where it goes to this point. Okay, so this will be the point where you have. So let us create a new document, A4 size, create. Now I'll just create a star with a different color. Now here what I'll do is I'll just change this to 0. I'll just change it to 0. It goes to the top here. Okay.